The last video I cut off before the most important part. Just want to go make sure you're periodically saving your layout. So you just go to File, Save Desktop. Whatever you save on your default is the layout that's automatically going to open up. If you rename the file, when you load into DAS, you'll have to go to File, Open, and pick that file you want. So if you save over your default, that's what you're going to automatically open up into. And I think I did one more thing. So before I cut off, so I right clicked in the space between short and cancel CXXL, and I went to style and I changed my layout to stop order. That's just the one I use. It just gives you a little more information you can type in so you can makes it a little more user friendly. So we have tabs here at the bottom. I've already went ahead and renamed mine buy/sell scanners account. You don't have to have tabs if you're stuck with a laptop or single monitor or two monitors. Sometimes it's handy to make extra tabs so you can have access things you want to see quickly without necessarily reloading a layout. So that's what I would have named them. So if you right click at the bottom, you can see add new tab, remove tab, rename tab, tabs configure. If you're going to delete a tab or rename a tab, make sure it's the one you're highlighted on, because you can see as wherever you right click it, you get the same menu. So I've deleted the wrong layout many a times, and if you don't save it, that sucks. So we'll move on to scanners. I went ahead and kind of laid stuff out already, so we didn't have to watch me resize things. And this isn't necessarily going to be a functional scanner layout per se, but we're just going to give you the options what DAS has besides using their actual scanners. So this is just a level 2 at the top, or a montage. I removed all the goodies just to the level 1 data so I can use the anchor. So like we did in the last videos, everything's hooked up together, so when we're using the scanner, clicking on our scanners, we have the stocks coming up on our chart. So if you want to go through your morning watch list, check out the scanner, see what's hot for the day. You can flip to the charts. You can add a couple charts here if you want. It don't really matter, it's up to you. But I just wanted to make sure I had access to all the scanners, and I'm actually thinking of missing one. Quotes, position, tools, scanner. Yep, there we go. So DAS does have its own default scanner. I don't use it. I've never had much luck with it getting it to work real good with getting all the stocks. I always find I'm missing one or two compared to friends, so I just don't use it. So I'm not sure if we remember before, but we've opened up market viewers. So I have two market viewers here. So they're in the trade quote. Yeah, they're in quotes. So quotes market viewer. It's easy to use 20 and 19. You're gonna need two for this, but so if we just open up one for now, I'll open up a random one. Yeah, here we go, because I've already done it. So you're gonna get something that looks like this. I've already changed the categories around what ones I might use or look at. I don't necessarily look at anything past last in volume, to be honest, but you can put whatever you want. So I think we've went over this before. So you can right click the top in the border, save as default, load as default. So I can load a default one, and it shows up to be one of these kind of lists. And so I've done two things here, and these are what I use to scan. Use scanners in the morning. You can't see anything right now because it's a weekend and there's no market data. Maybe we can do a little video when it's live one day. But this is how you're going to scan for change percent or change volume and see what's on the hot list in the morning. So what I did there is I right clicked anywhere in my montage, and I went to view top lists. And you can see you get a whole list of things: NASDAQ actives, gainers, losers, NYSE actives, gainers, losers. I personally found I preferred the active list, so I use a NASDAQ actives montage. And then I use a second one, the NYSE active montage. I used to have a scanner when I first started with all 6 options, a high-low list, and this is the one I found that I use the most. So on my personal setup, these are the two ones I use. So those are the stocks I sort from in the morning. You do have a couple other options though. One, what's going on for the day, things would have hit a new high or low. If you open it up, it is kind of a pain in the butt to configure, so we'll just go through that quickly. So if you right click somewhere in it, scroll down, and you have to go to the columns, and you have to add what you want. So if we want to see change percent, the symbol name, we're probably going to want to see what symbol it is, maybe what price it is, and if it's had volume per se, and we'll just add those. So those are the columns we're going to have. If you want to put price filters, if you want nothing under $2, a maximum of 20 maybe you want, volume, maybe you want over 1 million. You probably want a lot of volume, so you can filter for that, or you can filter for change percent. You don't want anything what's lower than 5% gapped up maybe. So you can do that. So then you have an active top list, and anytime something hits a new ticker, hits a new high or low, what has that filter is going to come on in this little rolling feed like a time of sales. So next we have the top list. It's not quite as functional, but it gives you an overview of all these different market viewers. As you can see, it gives you the NASDAQ actives, NASDAQ gains, the NASDAQ loss. These are the NYSE, so the NYSE active, the NYSE lost, and the NYSE gains. You just double click on each ticker and it would be popping up like these stocks do. But obviously it's not a weekend, so we just don't have the data to make those lists work. And we also have straight up the scanners, and if you click on them, they're pretty straightforward. You can put an exchange filter, so NASDAQ, Amex, I'm not quite sure to say the ticker, so I'm just not going to make a fool of myself and pretend I know them. So you can put price filters, volume filters, give it a name. You can use gap up, gap down, price change, RSI. They're not the most functional scanners, but they're an option, so that's how you use them. And you just pick it, whatever your scanner was in the morning, click, and then you hit scan. And well, since I don't have a scanner, it's asked me to put one in, and then it would give you the list of stocks that fit your scanner. Other than that, I think that's pretty straightforward. So if you're making scanners in the morning and you want to make a watch list, and these are the stocks you find in play, and so these are what you're going to be watching today. So this is an imaginary list I've just went and typed in ahead of time for an example. So if you want this to appear on your screen, so we go back to our buy screen and we see this market viewer, but that's not our watch list, and we made our watch list over here on the scanners tab. So that's pretty easy to fix. So we can just right click, hit export. We can make a name for it. So then we just hit save, and then we go over to our buy sell, and we hit import, and we just type that file we made, YouTube watch list, and there we go. We have our watch list for the day, our buy and sell screen. So that's pretty well the scanner's functionality. You'll be able to play around and figure what you like. Maybe you want your scanners on your main screen, or you like them on a secondary tab or something like this. But that's the most you're going to get out for the DAS scanners, and you'll find most of the stuff in play through them.